I'm here with Mark Banks, here in Las Vegas here. So tell me a little about your story. I know you're, sorry for your Buckeyes this past year. I know you're from.
Somebody's gonna bring this. Oh man.
So how do you get the start? I know we met
2020.
2020. Wow, it's been felt like a lot longer time. But yeah.
Well, I came from a very diverse background. I went to the College of Worcester, Ohio, small private college, great school. I got a great education there. Very thankful for that, the opportunity to go there. My degree was actually in theater, which is crazy to think about. It's kind of like a 180, but in all reality, it all kind of goes hand in hand when you think about it. You got to be able to speak in front of people.
Yeah, preparing scripts
Presentation.
and giving your all and being committed to what you're doing.
I've embodied that in everything I've done. I was doing working for a car buying company, a car rental company. That's where I got my sales chops. Learned how to run a business and kind of figure out the day-to-day operations of the business. And that really prepared me for this opportunity. It's kind of like all along, all those opportunities were getting me ready for this opportunity. So I found this back in 2019 on Craigslist, actually.
Wow.
Right. It's kind of crazy to think, but I found this opportunity from Craigslist. I applied. I didn't even really know what it was about. It just kind of showed up, and the numbers made sense. And I personally have been affected by life insurance, dealing with that in my family. Lost my dad.
Oh wow. I'm sorry. Was it unexpected, or was it something that was kind of?
It was somewhat unexpected. He had dementia. And,
oh wow, it's
the
tough.
last couple of years, we kind of knew it, but it was kind of a surprise when he got the diagnosis. I mean, he was a very brilliant man, a lawyer.
Wow.
Very, very sharp. So he was good at hiding it for a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah. So, we didn't know. I mean, he's a very sharp guy. So, but his time came, and I was personally affected by that. I mean, good thing he was a lawyer, and he had all his affairs in order. And,
oh wow, thank God.
He had a plan in place. So when things, what transpired as they did, the last thing we had to worry about really was money.
Oh, okay.
Which was a blessing. We could never replace him. It's not the same as having your dad, but it's definitely like a blessing that he was that thoughtful to kind of think ahead and have a plan. And,
So there was no financial loss. I mean, obviously losing your father is you'll never get over that, obviously.
Yeah.
But the financial aspect of it, that was okay. It made you whole with the life insurance, I guess, policy that they had.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people really understand what goes into it. Like when someone passes away, my brother and I kind of had to drop everything. We had to pack up his house.
Wow.
We had to go all to Cleveland. He was managing two houses, his own and my grandmother's house. So we had to go this big pod, get dropped in his driveway, load up all this stuff, resell a house. Neither one of us are real estate agents.
Oh yeah.
We just kind of had to figure stuff out. I learned how to put carpet in. That was an experience. But at the end of the day, the financial part of it was taken care of. But I mean, even still, there's still expenses and things that you personally had to take care of. Plus,
even
time.
Wow, even the time.
The time you don't think about the times that you got to miss work.
Oh wow, because I mean, I never thought about that. You're missing income. You're suffering income financially because you're not working.
Right. I dropped everything I was doing in California.
Oh wow.
Came back here. I mean,
you're a good son. Going back home, take care of your father.
Yeah. What you got to do. I mean, and you think, okay. I mean, his house was most of the stuff was paid for. I mean, so that was good, but there's still expenses you just don't think about. And then your time. You gotta kind of drop everything and be able to get away from work and all those things. So so life insurance definitely impacted me. So when I found the opportunity, I was like, wow, this kind of just right on time. It just made sense. And I think my dad had an insurance company that I previously worked for. So like, it just, like I saw the name and I was like, wow,
okay.
you know, this is
Wow.
kind of,
Oh, wow. It's a very strong connection then.
yeah, it was just kind of, it was like, oh, wow, this is meant to be. And I was looking for something where I can make a lot of money, but
So I think in the beginning, a lot of people are driven for the money,
yeah.
but I think that people, ones that stay for a long time, it's more than the money. Because it's not, if it's just about the money, I don't think you're going to stay in this business,
No,
this
yeah.
industry.
I mean, I remember like being in my first couple of sales and like I was shadowing other people doing it, and I was like, man, it really like hit me, like, you know, it was all coming full circle. It was like, these people aren't just like purchasing like some shoes.
Okay.
These people aren't just buying, you know, a new sweater. I'm not just selling them.
I think I'm lost. Let's go over here. Sorry. Oh, it's not like you're buying Gucci. It's not like you're buying a bag or Louis Vuitton or whatever, right?
You know, like it was a whole different type of conversation. Especially like when I first started, I was working in South LA a lot. And,
Wow.
You see those neighborhoods, you see what people are going through there, lifestyles. Obviously not the greatest. People weren't making a lot of money, but you know, a lot of these people, like they found the money, you know, when you appealed to their senses and really broke it down for them, because just no one ever took the time to explain to these people how this stuff worked.
Well, there's no. A lot of those neighborhoods are unfortunately are just passed over, and just it's not fair because no one, these insurance companies aren't really targeting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those areas, which is sad. It's very unfortunate. It's not right.
It's not. Yeah. And those people that really need it the most.
Right? Yeah.
Like I think like my family, you know, we're educated people.
Hey, doctors, yeah,
Rich
lawyers,
doctors,
yeah.
You know, we're certainly, you know, middle class at least. You know, but you know, these people, it's tough. You as a breadwinner,
Oh my gosh.
like, you know, like they don't need it. That's hard. So, you know, having those conversations, it really stuck with me, and I think that's the reason why I was able to get through some of the ups and downs that we have in the industry. You know, like you're gonna have weeks where it feels like no one wants it, no one wants to talk to you. But then you have weeks where it's like you're everyone's favorite person. It's like all the insurance guys here, they're feeding you, they're bringing out, you know, all this food.
That's the
drinks,
best,
making
yeah.
sure you're comfortable. You know, like I had some really good experiences. And some of the people that weren't the wealthiest were some of the kindest people I've ever dealt with.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. I experienced that myself.
They were grateful, man. They were grateful for someone to sit down and care for them, you know? So yeah, I mean, that's how I got into the industry.
What drives you? What keeps you in it? You've been in this industry for almost, wow, it's what, 4 years now? It feels like 40 with the knowledge that you have, but what keeps you here? You're a young guy, young lad, educated, very bright. You can do a lot with your career. Why stay in this business,
You know,
industry?
honestly, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, from a financial aspect, like, there's not many careers that make this type of income. I told myself, you know, I really don't want to go back to working W-2.
Okay.
After seeing all the benefits of being 1099.
What are some of the benefits of being 1099? Being commission only, owning your own business. What are some of the benefits? Because everyone talks about the horror and like, oh my God, it's terrible. You can't rely on anything. You never like.
I mean, I've been in jobs before where no matter how well I performed, I wasn't compensated proportionally to what I was bringing to the table.
Okay.
And that was hard for me to stomach. Because like anything I do, like my dad always told me, like just whatever it is, be the best at it.
Right, yeah,
Go
yeah.
hard, work hard. So like I always kept that mentality. You know, I work a lot harder than the people around me, but at the end of the day, like maybe I make 25 cents more than them. Maybe I make $1 more than them, which that's just not motivating. So I mean, finding this, I was like, wow. Like if I want to work 50 hours a week and I want to help 10 families, if I want to make, you know, $10,000, I can do that.
You can.
I can do that
without robbing a bank. Make $10,000
without robbing a bank.
or doing anything illegal.
I remember the first time I made just under $5,000 a week. It wasn't even that far into my career.
Wow.
I started in May. I had a week where I made $5,000 in August.
Wow.
$4,800. So like that. At that point, I was hooked. I was like, all I gotta do is plug and play the system. I gotta call this many people. I gotta sit down with these many people. I can do that. I can wrap my head around that concept, and that to me was more secure than a paycheck.
Because you believe it was on you. You're betting on yourself, your ability,
Yeah.
abilities.
I'm betting on my own abilities. I know that week in, week out, no one has to sit there and tell me like, hey man, you gotta make calls. Hey man, you gotta, go to appointments. Like I want to do that.
So it's not the money. It is the money initially, but
yeah, I mean,
wow, what's your drive to stay in this industry? I would say. I know the money's great. I get that.
So I mean, that's what initially interests most people. But what makes you stay? What made me stay? Honestly, it's just the way they make you feel, man. I mean,
what is it? Can you explain that? Like, what do you mean? Like,
you're having an impact on the community. People don't think about it. It's like, oh, insurance sales, like they don't really like even car insurance agents. Like, think about like the worst moment of your life.
yeah.
Literally, the worst moment of your life, and the person that you call is me.
Yeah.
Like,
wow, that's a powerful statement.
Like,
My life's in shambles. I'm gonna call the life insurance agent. My agent.
literally.
You're right.
Like, that to me is powerful. And I've had that call already.
Wow.
I've only been in the industry for 4 years, but I've
Wow.
had that call.
Okay.
That.
So that had a profound effect on you then, I guess, in terms of that call, what that meant. How did that call transpire? Like, what was the call like?
It's like some guy called me. I recognized the number. I picked up. I was like, hey man, what's going on? How can I help you out? He's like, man, I know you talked to my dad. He was the son of the guy. He's like, I know you talked to my dad.
Okay.
Unfortunately, last night he passed away. I remember he talked to you guys. Did he end up taking the policy out?
Oh. How do you have your number then and all that?
It was in the folder.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So we let, back then we would leave folders in
Got it.
someone's house.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my business card's in there. It's like, hey man, looks like you spoken with my dad. And, I was like, wow. Yeah. Here's his policy number. Let me get you some claim forms.
Wow.
So sorry for your loss. Like that. That was like, wow. That really like stuck with me. Like, man, this isn't for fun. This isn't just, this isn't just like, I'm not just selling somebody a pair of shoes. They actually had the peace of mind that, he actually had a policy, he was still active, he was able to make a claim, he was able to get paid out. I even got like the printout, it says paid. That was the best feeling. That's like job done. It's like you go from the initial phase of like trying to convince them because he didn't want to buy it first.
Really? Oh my gosh.
He didn't want to buy it. He was like, no man, I don't think anything's ahead of me anytime soon. And he's like, I'm not really making a lot of money right now. I was like, man, just start with something. Just get something out there, even if it's 10,000, 20,000. I'm a volume guy. So for me, it's like I'd rather just do a lot of volume, and I'm not trying to make a huge profit on every deal. So I'm just trying to help people out. And yeah, man, I thank God he took out the policy. He's a guy that I helped out while I was training.
Wow.
Like, my manager's business card was also in the
wow.
folder too. He's like, is this so-and-so or so-and-so? I was like, oh, this is so-and-so. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, I think you guys talked to my dad. You guys came over. Like, from that moment on, I was like, dang, like this really changes people's lives. 'Cause what's the alternative? You know, I could have been like, oh, sir, you said no, like, you know, okay,
He's left.
I'm out of here, and he
Yeah.
just left,
Yeah.
right? And left his folder, gave him his, you know, his free stuff, and just, you know, just didn't care, you know. But I pushed a little bit extra. I was like, my manager's watching, you know, so I'm definitely gonna go. You know, I'm gonna take 5 no's before I leave, and I think after like the 3rd or 4th no, he finally said yes.
Good. Thank goodness you kept on pushing because his son, you know, thank goodness, he was probably worried. Like, please have my dad have a policy, and he must have been really, really relieved when that happened.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was able to give him the policy number. Just that moment of like, yeah, we're gonna pay out. Yeah, like that gave me confidence in the company I was working for. It gave me confidence in what I was doing. I was like, yeah, we got you. No. He signed up with us. He paid his premiums. He's covered. He's gonna get paid. We're not gonna deny this claim. We're not gonna, you know, make you wait 3 months.
Yeah.
We're paying out. We're paying out within 72 hours.
Yeah, companies are great. Our company that we used to work for are great. They're great,
Yeah.
no doubt. Customer service, everything, payouts, everything. So we learned a lot. It was a great company. Yeah, it was really, really good. A lot of good memories.
Yeah, I mean, and now, you know, now all the companies we work with are like, we vet them out. We make sure they're good companies. And same deal. Like, they got to pay quickly. They got to pay on time. It's got to be affordable. It's got to make sense. Because at the end of the day, it's about that call, dude. Everything else is BS.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Everything
about that
else is
call.
BS. It's about that call. When you get that call, like, you got to be man enough
Yeah.
to like answer that call. And you got to be man enough to like help someone through that situation. Because this kid, you know, it's like just lost his dad, dude. I've been in that situation.
You understand? You can empathize for him.
I understand. You know, I know that feeling, dude. For 3 days, you couldn't even talk to me.
Oh yeah,
You know, I was surprised he was able to get on the phone.
yeah.
Um,
That's great. So what are some things, I know it's great that you shared the impact of the first time you experienced that and you wanted to continue to help more families and legacies. What do you need to be successful in the financial services business? What would you say? You've been here 4 years now. You understand the ups and downs, and you train a lot of people, and you've developed a lot of leaders.
I'd say the one thing that defines, because I've seen people come, they worked their previous career, they made 6 figures, they came here, they flopped. But I've seen people who've never made 6 figures in their life, came here and were crushing it.
How is that possible? Because you figure 6-figure person's educated, more opportunity, you know, but a person who never made money, how does that work?
Man, one of my favorite personal development speakers, Eric
Thomas.
E.T. You know, he always says you got to have that dog in you. You got to have that. And by that, he means like you got to have that spirit, that tenacious, unrelenting spirit in you. The people that have that eventually get to the goal. You know, like there's a saying, like, you know, you got to keep digging until you find gold. But only people that don't reach the goal are the ones who just stop digging. So if you have that relentless mindset, if you're a type of person who's like, you know what, I bet on myself 9 times out of 10, I know that I'm going to win, and the time that I don't win, you know, I can only blame myself, and I can live with that. If you're that type of person, then you're going to be successful. You just got to be relentless.
Relentless, right?
Yeah.
So how about systems? You might believe in yourself, but at some point you have to be born in or join a firm that's going to cater to that, develop your nourishment, like the Warriors or the great organizations, the Patriots or Ohio State or Alabama. These organizations are different from all the organizations.
Yeah, man. I mean, what makes us different really is mentorship. You know, like when you took me on as a mentor, and when I took on other people as a mentor, like we take that role seriously, and that's what makes the difference. Like I remember being in college, and you know, my grandfather passed away. I was kind of like mentally out of it, but I had mentors in people there that were like, no, man, we're not letting you fail. You know, we're not. You're too smart. You're too. Like you've come too far to fail. You know, so that's what you need. That's what we have. We have people that are dedicated. You yourself, you're not in it for the money anymore. You're set. You can retire. You know, you got income coming in. Like, I could do a million other things, whatever. But we care about this business. We care about people who are serious about this business because we know what it means. The world needs more life insurance agents and less, stockbrokers, less, whatever. Our impact is huge, but we need the right people, and we got to be the right people to mold the right people. So, mentorship is where we excel. So, anyone that wants it, we've got a system for you. We help people with all different learning styles. Like, I had different issues growing up, learning with different ways, and I had to create ways to study and learn. So, like,
okay.
When I spot these things, I can.
Well, I'm a guy. I don't have a lot of money. I'm putting food on the table. I'm taking care of my parents. I'm a young guy or I'm an old guy. It don't matter. I just don't have a lot of disposable income right now. How is it expensive to be an insurance agent? Like, what's the process? How long does it take? What's the money that's involved?
This is definitely not real estate. You're not gonna drop $5,000 before you see any money. Really, we're taking care of the cost of the course. So,
really? Okay, that's a big relief, big burden.
We're saving you at least $200 right there.
Okay.
The only thing you're really responsible for are your state licensing fees, which are going to vary. I mean, California is the most expensive, but some states it's like $50 for your licensing fee.
Oh, wow.
$50 for fingerprints.
That's amazing.
Then your exam's like $88. So, I mean, at max, $300 out of pocket. But I mean, your first sale, you're probably going to make 2 or 3 times that.
Tell me about like training. Like, I mean, once I have a license, that's great, but doesn't mean I can effectively help people.
Yeah, so I mean, not only do we have like a plethora, a library of training videos, modules that you can follow along from, the beginning, from the phone call to picking the product to closing to the follow-up. We have all those videos and modules that you can follow along with, but also you can just come watch live.
Oh, wow.
We have a Zoom room open every day, 8 to 8, where you can sit and listen to people who are making the type of money that you want to make doing it live.
Oh, that's nice to see it. You can mimic them, study them, the rebuttals, what they go through.
You're gonna hear their rebuttals. It's funny. I mean, people who are been doing this for 20 years, they get the same rebuttals that you and I get. They're
wow.
I can't afford it. I want to think about it. I just don't believe in it. They're getting the same responses that you and I are going to get. So to come and hear how they do that, I mean,
that's great.
How much people pay for that type of
training.
People go to conferences and
Is that free, or how do you join that program to get the training? Like, how does that work?
That's 100% free.
From the best people in the business, they get to watch them. So these guys are very selfless. They're like putting their performance on to help others.
They just want people to be successful.
Wow, that's awesome. What a great culture.
Show people how easy it is. As a country, we have something really big that we need to change. We're ranked like 14th worldwide when it comes to the amount of our populace that has life insurance.
Yeah.
14th. We're like, when it comes to developed nations, we're at the bottom.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Korea, Japan, we're up there. I'm Korean, we're up there.
80% of Korea's populace has life insurance.
I think 80 or 90, something ridiculous. They love their families.
Exactly.
Or shame. It might be a shame thing. You know what I mean? It's shame.
Either way you look at it, whatever is going to drive you to do the right thing, do it. So I think there's tons of room for more agents. And it's not like
Do you feel like what is there? do I feel like there's just too many agents right now in the industry right now? There's not enough.
Clearly, there's not enough.
Really?
Clearly, there's not enough.
Because it's relatively not that expensive to get into the industry, but you still think there's a need for more, huh?
There are 300 million people in America. Close to 4.
Wow.
300 million.
300 million. That's crazy. 300 million.
50% of them have $0 in life insurance.
Okay. Huge market. The market's there, huge.
So it's about 150 million, at least.
Okay.
Right there. And then of that 50% that does have any insurance,
Okay.
probably like 75% of those don't have adequate
Oh, wow.
insurance.
Why don't people have adequate life insurance? If I go out and buy a policy, why don't I have adequate coverage? Why is that?
Because no one explained to you what you actually need.
No.
They just gave you what you asked for.
But I don't know. I don't really know what I want because I'm just, you're the professional. I would think that you would tell me.
That's the difference, like.
What makes our firm different from every other life insurance agent out there? There's a million Joe Blows. There's a million out there.
We're not just life insurance agents. We're financial advisors. We look at the bigger picture. Because if someone comes up to you and says, "Yeah, I just want life insurance." Okay, but without looking at your financial picture,
Okay.
I can't make a recommendation
Got
on
it.
what you actually need. I can just set you up a $100,000 policy. Maybe you don't need $100,000. Maybe you need $1 million. Maybe you need 50. Maybe you need a different type of product.
Oh, okay. So you get to know the clients on a personal level, financial level. It's kind of like a health checkup. It's kind of see where you're at and see what you really need. And
yeah, I mean, you got to kind of dive in a little bit deeper than just service level. You got to know. You got to know what free benefits or work benefits that they can take advantage of to kind of help fill in that gap. Obviously, anything that's provided by your employer, that's great to have. Keep that, do that. Whatever you can get for free or at a low cost, definitely do that. But you want to make it all work for you. You don't want to be in a situation where you're like, "Oh, I didn't know." You never want to be caught off guard. Like, "Well, I didn't know that work insurance stopped when I."
oh, what really? So when work insurance doesn't carry over with you, it's not portable.
I mean, there's two types. I mean, there's the type that it's not going to go with you into retirement.
That's majority. That's 99% of plans, I would say.
Majority of the time, you're not going to have it. You change jobs, you get laid off, you're not going to have it.
Wow.
You retire, you're not going to have it. In some cases, you get a group plan where the company is paying all or majority of the premium, and then once you leave that group, you're no longer getting that.
Yeah, group insurance. Yeah. So that's why you don't have to do a physical to get approved because you're part of a group. There's no physical required. It's like just you get it.
They just, they just calculate all the risk for the whole company based on what that, career it is, and they just charge the company whatever price. But once you leave that group, you're going to pay increased costs.
Okay. That makes sense. Because everyone has group insurance. Like that's not a big. That's like.
And in most cases, they're not giving you $1 million policy.
Oh, of course not. The companies that can't have that kind of money.
Exactly. I'm not sure if they can afford it. At maximum maybe 100,000. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like 1 time your salary, or 5 times if you're lucky. Good benefits, but majority of companies out there are skimping on benefits. So that's that. Yeah.
With that being said, if it's low cost or free, definitely take advantage of it. But at the same time, like you gotta be smart about it and have your own
private insurance. You're saying private.
Have your own private insurance. Take out a policy outside of work. Take out one